Let's put the metal to the pedal, baby. Welcome back to GRN Independent, where we cover stories that's going on around the United States and the world. And this one is going to be interesting because we got Tom Homan, Tom Homan going Roman with these policies. And he says he's going to arrest Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson if he doesn't play ball. He also had those words for the Denver mayor. I don't have that clip, but let's get into the clip to where he said what he was going to do. Yeah, he meant it. And anybody who wasn't on board is going to get it.
If your Chicago mayor doesn't want to help, he can step aside. But if he impedes us, if he knowingly harbors and conceals an illegal alien, I will prosecute him.
President-elect Trump's new border czar says mass deportation efforts will begin right here in Chicago and issues a warning to Mayor Johnson.
And that's not all. He had harsh words for others, the mayor, as well as Governor J.B. Pritzker.
Sylvia Perez joins us now with more.
Yeah, his name is Tom Homan, and he's Trump's hand-picked man for border czar. He recently spoke at a Northwest Side GOP holiday party that you just saw and told the crowd he plans on verifying the status of asylum seekers and, as you heard, arresting anyone who is found harboring migrants who they are looking for, including Chicago's own mayor.
Wow. This is gonna be really interesting because Chicago is a sanctuary city. Los Angeles is a sanctuary city. Denver is a sanctuary city. New York was a sanctuary city. Mayor, what's the mayor of New York? I can't remember his name. Adams. He's playing ball now because I think he's going to be getting arrested. So he's kind of like chummy with Trump right now. So that, when Trump get in and all these, this court proceedings start with him, maybe Trump will have some sympathy. So some of these mayors are playing ball. Some of these mayors are playing hardball. But I don't think they're going to win.
He called out both Johnson and Governor Pritzker, saying he wants to meet with them. But the invitation came with some harsh words.
Chicago's in trouble because your mayor sucks and your governor sucks.
And we spoke with
Wow.
Chicago Alderman Ray Lopez, who
He's
met
not
with
mincing
Homan
words.
privately. He says the messaging may have been too harsh, but Pritzker and Johnson should be working with the federal government to deport migrants who are breaking the law.
Technically, they should be. I'm a little bit crossed about this because I am and I'm not. Because I know a lot of people who are undocumented. And yes, I reckon that a mayor's first duty is to make sure all the criminals are going out. Now, I'll be honest with you. I think when they do the mass deportations, they're mainly going to go after low-hanging fruit, like people who already got a court, deportation order or known criminals that's in the system. I think they're going to go after those. I really honestly can't see them going, door to door. And they even said they're not going to be going door to door. So I think that's out. But when you're in a heavily concentrated place like Los Angeles, if you really want to get these people, you really can. You got the Home Depot. All you got to do is pull up the Home Depot or the people that's cooking, tamales or whatever on the street, the flower vendors, the factories, the warehouses. If you really want to get these people, you really could, if that's what you really want to do.
If you are here and undocumented and trying to go about your business, then let's figure something out. But if you are here choosing to engage in gang activity.
But see, Tom Homan, he doesn't care whether or not you're a criminal or you're the grandma. He don't care about if you're just going about your business. He's coming for you.
Activity, murder, drugs, prostitution, human trafficking, or sex crimes against minors, then absolutely, your number has come.
Governor Pritzker's office had this to say about Homan's comments. It is no secret that Illinois will face countless baseless attacks over the next 4 years from the Trump administration. Rather than responding to every ridiculous boast from Trump lackeys, Governor Pritzker is focused on what he was focused on during the first Trump term, leading our state with competence instead of chaos.
All right, man. Y'all gonna mess around and F around and find out. I don't think that Tom Homan and company are playing games to score around, man. I don't think um the Trump train is not coming to BS this time around, and I think a lot of people are actually taking that seriously because, as you're about to see in this clip, people are self-deporting. They're going on their own.
Trump's mass deportation plans are set to begin in major cities, but could face immediate backlash. Just last night, a San Diego county voted to deny aid to federal immigration enforcement. But News Nation is now confirming some migrants are starting to leave on their own, attempting to self deport ahead of the second Trump presidency. And in the past few years, the U.S. has seen the largest immigration surge in American history, with an annual average of close to 2.5 million people, and that's just from 2021 to 2023.
Wide open.
News Nation's Allie Bradley is live for us in Del Rio, Texas, with this exclusive. So, Allie, what more are you learning about these apparent self-deportations?
Yeah, so what we're learning here, Nicole, is that migrants who are going through their asylum proceedings are actually cutting things short on their own, and they're finding ports of entry and they're trying to leave ahead of the possibility of Trump removing them. So migrants are actually finding Border Patrol agents or CBP officers, and they're asking them if they can leave. Here's the deal, though, because those migrants are in actual legitimate proceedings, DHS really has no bearing here. They're in the court's hands right now. So all CBP can do is advise that they walk back to Mexico through a port of entry. They have that legal right to do that. Now, one man from Venezuela told agents that he was trying to get out before Trump gets in, and says that he heard there was an agreement with Mexico and Venezuela where they are actually helping to get people back to their home country. Now, Venezuela has not taken deportation flights back from the United States for nearly a year. Mexico does have a better working relationship with Maduro, and that might be a possibility for this young man. Now, we called the migrant stepfather in Pennsylvania, who confirmed that the migrant went back to Mexico to continue his journey to Venezuela. Interesting here, though, because they are in proceedings already, they are not self-deporting, they are self-departing. However, an immigration attorney that we talked to
not
said
self-deporting,
that
they're
is essentially the
self-departing,
same thing.
right?
And they
It's
essentially
it's one of it's just so stupid. It's like these new terms. Oh, they're not homeless. They're unhoused. You know, they're not illegal immigrants. They're undocumented. I mean, no. They're not illegal aliens. They're undocumented persons. So
issue a
stupid.
deportation order against
But it's funny
themselves when
though.
they do this, and they likely will have issues coming back in if they have a valid hearing. Take a listen.
They are probably not going to be able to get back in to reapply or to start the process over. It's in many of these, asylum included, you kind of get one chance. And if you give up halfway through, you don't get to come back and ask for asylum again. You'll be put in a different type of proceeding and you won't have asylum available to you.
Okay, so of course this comes as President-elect Trump is promising those mass deportations come day one. So something we'll certainly be watching for. But many of the migrants that we're talking to here, Nicole, say they are worried, they are concerned of the threat of being deported, but they are also convinced that President-elect Trump is going to go after the criminals and the people that have a final order of removal first. However, remember, Border Czar Tom Homan said no one is safe because crossing the border illegally is a crime in itself. Nicole?
So, Allie, do immigration officials think that this self-deporting will potentially become more prevalent?
Yeah, we would think that we would be seeing it all over the place because they would potentially get kind of a ding on their record in the future if they were deported under Trump. But what's interesting here is that immigration attorney that we talked with, she says that she doesn't believe it will be a trend, but rather migrants will move within the United States into kind of sanctuary counties like San Diego or regions where they feel like they're going to be able to be more protected. She said that the idea.
And that's the thing with what Tom Homan said before. He said that he's going to send double the amount of ICE agents to sanctuary cities to prove a point. Like they're here to make a statement. These people have a chip on their shoulder, and they're not playing to lose. They're not playing. They're not here to play politics. You know, they obviously want to prove a point that no place is going to be safe. There is going to be no more sanctuary anything. If you work in a warehouse, if you work in a meat packing industry, if you're standing out in front of Home Depot, if you're out there the flour guy, if you're the top tamalero that's selling tamales, if you're driving around with a Mexican flag on the back of your truck, or any one of these Latin American flags on the back of your truck, that's probable cause. In this During this administration, they have probable cause because number one, you're in the United States flying a foreign flag, which has never made any sense to me. I understand that you have pride in where you come from, but you're here now. You know what I mean? I can't go down to Mexico or to Salvador and Guatemala and fly an American flag. Second, if I'm trying to flee the United States and I'm looking for a better place to have a better opportunity, I'm not bringing United States trash with me. Obviously, United States couldn't do it for me. So why am I gonna risk life and limb, start a new life in a foreign country in Mexico where I'm gonna make money and have a future looking for a better life, but I'm flying an American flag? Is like, what's the point? Is real low IQ activity, real low IQ. I heard this another YouTuber said it's like being with your ex who's abusing you and has never taken care of you, never paid your rent, never brought you anything, never did anything good for you, had you in poverty, had you pissing in pots and stuff. And then finally, some other guy comes along. You escape there, you go to some other guy's house, he's taking care of you, but all you want to do is talk about your ex. It's stupid. It's low IQ. I don't get it.
Yeah, them self-deporting is not something that we will likely see a lot of because they do end all of their opportunities within the U.S. when they do that, Nicole. And of course, they're watching the news too, and they're learning right along with us, Nicole.
All right, Allie Bradley live for us there in Del Rio. Thanks for watching. Go to
No disrespect to Mexicans or anybody who does, because my kids are half Mexican. My kids are half Mexican, so it's no disrespect. I just don't see the logic in that. I don't see the logic in not not to get on this topic because we're supposed to stay on topic with Tom Homan, but it's all relative. Come January 20th, day one, these people have a point to prove. Now, I'll be honest with you, will it have much of an effect in Los Angeles or California? I don't think so. I think we will see impacts, but I don't think it's going to be towards the impact. Now, if you live back east in like Georgia or Florida or, North Carolina or South Carolina, the historic South, then you may have a problem. Texas, especially. They've just given Trump about, 1,500 more acres to build facilities to deport people, as a station, a transition station or what have you, or transition camp, whatever you want to call it. Either way, we just got to see how this is going to go down because these people ain't playing games. And we're going to see some big difference. Now, they like to say, well, it's going to affect the economy if they deport, all of, the undocumented or illegals. I don't think so. Have the prisoners do it. I listen to Red Supreme. And he's got a great YouTube channel. Have the prisoners do the agriculture. We survived long enough before migrants even came here. Before it was, we were doing agriculture. Take away the welfare, put these people to work, jobs will open up. Get the prisoners instead of sitting around all day, doing drugs, selling drugs, killing each other. Put them to work. That solves everything. But I don't know. That's just is what it is. That's all I have to say for this one. Let me know what you think. Say what you feel in the comments. Do I agree with mass deportations? I think it's necessary, especially for the criminals. But if you're a grandma and you haven't learned English, or you have to be contributing to the country, to the betterment of the country, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. But we'll see what happens. January 20th is going to be coming soon, and we'll see how it goes down. See you in the next episode.